Running out
We're
of
doing good,
adjectives.
doing good.
Doing
I
phenomenal.
am loving life. We're doing good. Getting bonuses at job, winning employee of the month for October. Life's been good. The din 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 din.
There we go. That's fine as well. Those are my claps. Uh, I'll sound like a
Thank you,
grandma.
thank you.
This
You're
boy is
right,
just
you're right.
this boy is just a pride and a joy to have here with us.
Not on the podcast, I'm really obnoxious over here, but
Well, that's a separate point. That's a separate point. We should have another election here and have voting to see if Jacob
agreed.
stays or not. How about that? Yeah, we should do that. They don't come to next episode. I completely agree. We're, we're
Yeah, we have
eventually we're gonna turn
relegation
to
on the
prison.
podcast.
I love you.
Oh, dude, not live recording on the screen. Dude, it's fine, it's fine. I'm down for face cams whatever you guys are. Mhm. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
I'm all for that. Because then people can see how stupid I look. Because I have a beanie on that's way big for my head, and then I have my headphones on over my beanie, and I don't know why, but it's just comfortable for
Bro's
me.
mega mind.
My head is like 8 inches thick right now. Here, let me show you guys. Dude,
Omaha.
got the beanie on with the headphones. But yeah, beanie on with the headphones. Dude, look how fucking thick this thing is. It's like I got a bulletproof helmet on right now. Oh, yeah, my head is hotter than hell, but
is it that cold in Kansas right now?
dude, it's fucking weird. Cause like, in the morning, it'll be 45 to 50 degrees, and then you start driving home to work, and it's 75. It just it's bipolar as hell. Like, I don't know if global warming is the right word for this, but we have the most extreme, not most extreme, but like we have very drastic highs and lows throughout the day, and it constantly is changing.
Mm.
It
My God.
yeah, which is why we need nuclear power.
Yes, legalize nuclear weapons.
True.
Tuesday. I don't see any reason to really talk about it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Um, well, you see, we are not built the same. Okay. I only get to experience the cold by going to a hockey game. That just doesn't happen over here. Um,
Dude, what's it like having 80-degree weather in November?
I don't like it. I mean, I prefer the cold. I'm more of a cold weather guy. I went to San Francisco, I went to Boston, and I got to experience the weather, and I thought it was just so much more enjoyable. Um, don't thoroughly dislike it, but again, I don't mind 80-degree weather, but I wish it would change a little bit more. Like, some days be 70, some days be 65, some days be 85. I don't care, but it's just constantly 75 and up. It gets sweaty, it gets tired. That's my stance on it.
Yeah,
And then,
but you also the humidity would be ass, but wardrobe-wise, you don't have to buy expensive coats.
I mean, not consistently, but I have them ready because I traveled to cold places before. You know, but then again,
That makes sense. See, I don't yeah, I don't own an expensive coat, I haven't in years, and every year that I haven't had an expensive coat, I've regretted not having it, but what I end up doing is I just wear 2 hoodies on top of each other and call it good, or I'll do, like, a hoodie with a jacket around it, but, yeah, no, expensive/nice coats are definitely needed if you're in Kansas. It sucks. Yeah, it especially because I've done a lot of work in homeless groups, so seeing them, if they don't have a heavy coat, it's like a priority that we make sure that they get them one because of how extreme our winters can be.
mhm, mm,
Okay.
mm, uh-huh. It's literally just Minecraft. But since we're talking about the code, I'll start off by saying, I'm not sure if you guys want to start by going over week 9 or week 10, but since we are talking about code, it's only fitting I talk about the Ravens defense. Jesus Christ, and they can't hold anything. Well, they can hold. No, they're cold as in they're. I'm not talking about
Are they
Trey
as
Young
cold as
cold.
ice? Are they willing to sacrifice our
They're
love?
cold as in they have no effort, no will, no passion, no. They have no drive. It looks like, bro. I mean, that touchdown that they conceded to the Jamar Chase on the what was it, a 54 yarder, 64 yarder? I'm not sure, 67. It was embarrassing, bro. Burrow had a good game. Don't get me
Why
twisted.
did
Don't get
bro
me
sound
twisted.
like Santa Claus when he said Joe Burr?
Don't get it twisted. Burrow had a good game, but the
Yeah,
Ravens
just a
beat
casual 400.
the
He put up 450 yards in both games against the Ravens this year and lost both of them.
yeah, yeah. Um, but I was telling you guys before we started recording, I don't expect this team to go far playing defense like this. Mhm. Yeah,
Undeservedly.
yeah.
Wait a minute.
Mhm. Yeah.
Ruthie, are you seeing what I'm seeing?
What you talking about?
Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
In Anthony's, screen?
Dude, he's picking the Saints and the Dolphins right now.
I saw that, and that's what you were talking about. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. One
Yeah, Jamar Chase put up 80 fantasy points. That was pretty cool.
hmm,
Um, yeah.
hmm,
Best wide receiver. Yeah, best wide receiver performance of the year so far. Yeah.
hmm. You guys
So,
say this because you guys haven't seen, Odell Beckham Jr. with, Skylar Thompson.
oh, true. I didn't see it intentionally.
Just before we get into week 9 shit, or sorry, week 10 shit, for the NFL, I will
No
make a
trade
public
deadline.
I'll make a public service announcement, okay,
Okay.
that my fellow Heat fans are finally starting to see the bum that bum Adebayo is. I have been
Bum out of bio.
I've been the voice, not leading the charge because I'm not leading anything, but,
I thought he was about to
um
say, I've been the voice of reason as he's like taking an extremes take.
no, I haven't, no, because I started no movement whatsoever, but I you guys know that I've been saying this for a long time now, and I've been saying it for a long time even before meeting you guys. Been this long that I've been, saying it, that he's overrated, and Heat fans are really starting to get on his shit,
It's been
and
like 3 years since you've, or like the last 3 years you've been saying he's
yeah, it's
overrated.
been 3 years, it's been 3 years, it's been 3 years. Um, and the problem is that he's regarded as a top 20 player in the league, and offensively, he's one of the worst players in his position in the league. Defensively, he's overrated. Not even, I mean, barely playing defense this year, mind you.
Who calls him a top 20 player in the league?
A lot of people, a lot. I mean, and not even talking about Heat fans over here. And this is my issue with Adebayo and why I call it, and then why I call him the most overrated player I've ever seen in sports, is that it's not just fans of the Heat that overrate him. The whole league overrates him. Like,
I think the most overrated player in the NBA right now is Tyrese Maxey or LaMelo Ball. One of those two.
it's clearly Adebayo, by the way. I mean, the thing is, those both of those guys, they still have qualities to their game and where they can change a game, right?
Yeah,
Bam,
Bam Adebayo is like the top tier role playing center in the league.
yes, he's a glorified role player, and again, he's regarded as a top 20 player. This guy went to the
Yeah,
Olympics. I mean, fuck. I mean, so did
yeah, because he
Halliburton,
gets
but
boards.
and
The
then the
guy
Heat,
gets rebounds.
and then the Heat fucking hang a banner for his Olympics win. Like, fuck. I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. But then again, no, 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 no. It's not stealing
Dude,
valor. Is the fact that people will look at it and are like, oh, Ben Adebayo got fucking Olympic win. But then again, he shouldn't even be there in the first place. And I might be sounding salty at this point, but um when I say that he's the most overrated player in sports that I've ever seen, I mean it. And I used to think it
in
was Eli.
sports,
Yes, bro, in any sport. Any sport. Any player. No, bro, he like many. Was Eli
I thought he was
Apple
talking about
ever
Eli Mitchell, bro.
was Eli Apple ever overrated at one point?
Dude, he was the best cornerback in football.
I'll probably
Only
agree.
when he played with the Saints, though.
That is true, we haven't. Mhm. Yeah, he's done good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you made everyone a favor beating the Celtics. Makes everyone happy.
The Thunder are better though, and they will prove that, so they will.
No, no,
Oh,
that's too
Steph
much.
Curry
That's
could
too much.
definitely carry them to a championship still.
I can't I will say this though, I can't stand Draymond, and I can't imagine that you as a Warriors fan. Okay, I was about to say.
Yeah, that was a pretty yeah, that guy sucks.
Mhm.
He's the John Jones of he's the John Jones of the NBA.
Is he Bam
Yes.
Adebayo before Bam Adebayo? No, I agree. Don't get me wrong, I agree. Um,
Man.
so
Anyways,
last comment I'll
Thunder
make
are goated.
last comment
Josh
I'll make
Giddey's doing good with the Bulls,
is he
so that's
actually?
cool. Yeah,
What about
he's, like,
Caruso?
averaging, like, 15 per game, I thought.
Okay. Uh, last comment I'll
He's
make
yeah,
on
averaging
Adebayo,
14 per game, shooting 42%, shooting 40 from 3.
yeah, shooting for 40 from 3 is kinda nasty.
Yeah, he's averaging 7 assists per game, 6.6 rebounds per game. He's being, like, the definition of a key role player.
Goated. And he's been pretty vocal about, how the allegations have brought him down emotionally,
Yeah, well, it also sucks that
and
he
I'm
gets
not
constant
defending him,
hate in the media,
and I'm
so
not necessarily defending him because I barely know anything about his case, so I'm not even
his case
taking
was
one side or the other, but
he went to a club that was 18 plus and then slept with someone who was under the age of 18 that he met inside of the club. They
mhm,
shouldn't have been in the club. He wasn't aware that they shouldn't have been in the club and then got accused of being a pedophile. This it's just it's ridiculous that he ever got hate
yeah,
in the first place because it's pretty cut and dry that he wasn't necessarily at fault of doing anything in that situation because it was
yeah,
all under the assumption that they were 18 and up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was just gonna go, like, seeing, him stating how it's brought him down emotionally, but then performing well, I think it's cool to see,
It's
which is
it is. It's great
which
to
is
see.
the opposite of what's happening with Deshaun Watson. It clearly took a toll on him.
Well, Deshaun Watson was actually a menace. Like,
Yeah. Recently filed, yeah,
yeah, going into this year
I saw one
going
report
into this
about it
year.
and never saw anything about it again, so I have no clue.
Yeah, he probably hushed him up.
Well, I mean, it's a bunch of shit, like, his dad died as well, like, the guy's just not in a good place.
Yeah, and that sucks, but also karma's a bitch.
That's crazy. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and the fact that he never served any time is just like eventually something was gonna happen that was gonna correct that because you don't do those actions and then just, like just have nothing bad come back to you. So
Yeah.
the fact that they gave him guaranteed money knowing he was in court, hadn't had it settled yet, like, what are you doing?
It's one of the decisions, that's for sure.
When you had a quarterback, like, they that's just fuck the Browns, dude.
Definitely a decision of all time.
I can't stand that organization.
Mhm. Yeah.
Dude, they're frisky. I know, it's crazy.
Mhm. Good to see that, right?
Of course.
Getting something going.
Chargers are a likable squad too, a bunch of just, like, football players playing football, you know? Put that on a yeah, put that quote in, like, a portrait somewhere. Hang that up on your wall.
Mm,
Football players playing
I
football.
mean, Jim
Yeah.
Harbaugh is as much of a football guy as anyone, right?
True.
Are you guys football guys?
Dude, I'm a huge
That's
yeah,
the answer. That's
we're
the answer I
football
wanted.
guys.
That's the answer I wanted.
Of course, we
God,
smash our TV when our team keeps Mickey Loomis as
of
the
course
GM.
I of course I eat chips on my couch and watch Tua fucking mishandle a snap and get called out for it. Fuck. Yes.
We're football guys. Of course, we're gonna convince ourselves that we're gonna compete this year and then utterly fail in every facet.
Football guys, the whole week I'll say we're gonna lose this game, and then the game comes and I'll be cheering for the game every time.
Yeah,
Every time, every time.
the whole week I'm gonna say, yeah, we're, like Rufy said, we're gonna cheer for our team to win, even when we've said they're gonna lose all week, and then
Dude,
get mad when they lose.
Buffalo week, the whole week, I was like, "We're not beating Buffalo. With no chance against Buffalo." Buffalo game came, and in the first quarter, I was yelling like a dumbass, like, and then we lost in that fashion, and I was in awe shock, and I shouldn't have been, and I shouldn't have been whatsoever. But I still can't believe Tyler Bass hit a 61 game winner. Out of all, yes, he's horrible this year. Like out of all kickers.
Bro, and Younghoe Koo had to hit that fucking career-long game-winning field goal against us just to go and miss 2 against the Bucks the following week. Like, fuck me, dude.
Dude, watch Tyler Bass. Yo, watch Tyler Bass next week miss 3 field goals from the 30-yard line next week. I'm going to lose my shit. I'm gonna lose my shit. Oh my god, I'm gonna lose it. No, 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 no. Tucker actually needs to retire before he stains his, legacy, actually. Yeah, it's getting bad, yeah, it's getting bad.
Because he
I
was.
imagine, because he wasn't. But you could but yeah, but you could see he was falling off already. You could see he was falling off already last year. And consistency, I mean, you know. No, I didn't expect this much of a drop off though. I think Ravens definitely need to think about something next year.
Right.
That was expected.
Yeah, forget what I said.
It's a horrible matchup.
Bo Nix really cost him that game, dude. He had a wide open touchdown on 4th down and just completely airmailed him.
Yeah.
That guy, look, we say he's getting better, but I just feel like every time I watch him, he's missing throws left and right.
I mean, I think he I think he also shows maturity in the mental aspect of the game. Um, to get better throughout the game. I mean, of course, you want to start well, but he's done this repeatedly where he gets better as the game goes on. And I think that for a rookie is not the easiest thing to do. To not get in your head and stay in your course, right? I
I
think
mean, that's
I think he has
fair.
tools. I think he has tools to exceed. I think he's doing better than I expected doing the draft. Yeah. Would you call me a big tools guy?
I'd call you a big tool.
Oh,
I
oh.
kid, I kid. I'm joking, Broofy. It's okay. All right, buddy. You're canceled. Can't be. Bro's about to say, yeah,
um,
dude.
I,
How could you?
I'll get into this last Thursday night game. No, it wasn't Thursday night. Remind me, Texans Jets. It was Thursday, right? I'm looking at it. It was Thursday. This game, yeah, no, no, no. I know that. I'm tripping balls. This
Great
game,
game.
the
It was a
Jets
great
gave the
game.
Texans. It was a weird game. It was a good game. It was an entertaining game, but the Jets gave the Texans so many chances to win this one. So many, and they
Oh
they
yeah,
just
neither
did not
team
take
wanted to
it.
win it. CJ
No,
Stroud is having a
yeah.
bad year. We can
He's
go
having a
on that.
bad year. He's getting excuses on his O line and his weapons, though. But a guy that was talked about being elite for so much during the offseason, you would expect him to do more with what he has. That's what I
Right.
think. That's what elite
Um,
is to me.
and that's fair. I think sophomore slumps happen. I mean, we saw this with Baker Mayfield, had a really good rookie year and then played like absolute hot garbage his sophomore year. The total difference here is that CJ Stroud's O line isn't hot garbage. It's not good, but it's not hot garbage.
But
And
he
the play
has to be
calling
able to work
shouldn't
more
be
on.
this bad.
No, he has to be able to work more with it, though. A guy that's
Yeah,
supposed
I
to
mean,
be of
you
his
have to make
caliber,
changes. The fact that he hasn't adapted to it is a cause for concern, but it's also very clear that O lines such as the ones that he has are going to hinder your play regardless of if you make the adjustments or not.
right?
So, I don't know, but I think he'll be fine still. I'm not pushing any panic buttons with him.
I thought so too. I thought so too. Yeah, I thought so too. Mostly looking at the
Yeah,
Titans, I expected the Titans to do a little bit more than this.
I expected the Titans to be good. I expected Anthony Richardson to be good. I picked the Jags to win the division, so I'm all over the place.
I was always low on the Jags, but the other 2 I was a little higher on.
Well, that's because you're a certified D1 Trevor Lawrence hater, so
I
makes
mean,
sense.
my take on the Jags was mostly on Doug Peterson regarding to their performance. Contrary
Yeah,
to
the fact that
popular
he still
belief,
has a job is crazy, dude.
that I agree with. Contrary to popular belief, I don't hate Lawrence. Okay, I think he's a good quarterback.
Oh, it's not popular belief, it's proven fact that you
Okay.
are a Trevor Lawrence hater, bro.
Okay, listen, do I
You,
think he's a little overrated? Yeah, sure.
dude, who is overrating Trevor Lawrence right now? Even Madden has him as a 76 overall.
See, but that's just crazy.
Glad we can agree on that.
I would think that, yeah, exactly.
I
What
mean,
is Dak? What is Dak in Madden for contrast?
Dak was like an 87.
You see, that's
Oh, 89? Fuck me, dude. That's bad.
yeah, I mean, yeah, that's kind of bad. Um. Anyways, you have any more takes on Texans Jets, Anthony? Yeah,
George Pickens is him still.
yeah.
just to choke it.
Yeah, yeah. Um,
Yeah. Dude, that game was
the
hot garbage. It was so ugly. We gotta see fucking, who was the Titans receiver that was going crazy in that game? Yeah. Dude popped off. Yeah. A game of total non-contenders.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
just a quick comment, for Colts Vikings. It looked like the game was closer for a minute, right? Vikings were really not taking advantage of some of the opportunities they had, and the game was well within reach for the Colts. I mean, they were leading, right? And
I still think Vikings won that comfortably.
no, they did. They felt like the Vikings were gonna turn it around at any moment, but always on it was for a while at least an underdog alert, for the Colts there. But is that more so Vikings cracking or teams just getting a better view of what the Vikings are doing? Because they're not adjusting, right?
They're just playing not as good.
Um, I can't say listen, I might sound like a hater here again, but I can't say I'm surprised by the defense starting to slowly fall off because I saw the same thing in Miami. Had a
Well, I
really
mean, it
hot
was a
defense
lack of
at
talent to
first.
start in the first place, so, I mean, it makes sense.
But I mean, yes, sure, but I don't even think it's just talent thing. I think it's also a scheme thing. The cover zero can only take you so far, you know. It has its flaws, and the thing with the cover zero is you have to be able to mix and match with it. Not just with cover zero and what players do in cover zero, but also mixing it up with other schemes. And Flores does a phenomenal job of getting players in the correct spots in cover zero. But then when he has to adjust to how the offense is doing off of his cover zero, he struggled doing that in Miami. So maybe that's what's happening here again. I'm not sure, but just a quick comment I'll make in Dolphins Bills game. I'm not mad at the loss. I'm definitely pissed off at how we lost.
Yeah, I'm
To
not
title
mad, I'm
that.
just pissed off.
Uh, More so looking at how the team played. I mean, obviously defense could have done a better job, but considering how they've played throughout the year and seeing the offense actually click together, if this team was playing like this throughout the whole year, I wouldn't be upset at all. So far this year, but I mean, we're going into week 10. It's a little bit too late to be playing better. And I mean, the way they played against the Bills, they can play with any team. But again, tad too late. Going to be hard to get into playoffs. And even if we do get into playoffs, let's say we get seed 5 for whatever fucking reason. It's still a little tiring. Like I'm tired of going into the playoffs with wild card. It's time this team wins the division, and that's what Dolphins fans were hoping for this year. So regardless of how they played against the Bills, and it was a good game, and they should definitely look like a better team for the rest of the way. It's just frustrating for us fans to be like, we're not gonna win the division again, and then what hope do we have for next year of winning the division? It's a frustration for sure.
Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, I definitely think so. Where do we go from here? Yeah. Like, it good enough? Like, yeah,
No.
that's the big thing for me, yeah. Mhm.
And that's entirely valid. I don't disagree with those takes. I just think it's too soon to be giving up on a guy who just took them to the playoffs last year. And he's really only had like a year and a half worth of games. When you have a year and a half worth of games and you got to playoffs on your first try, I think that grants you at least another year. But I
Mm,
also get the argument of you can't be afraid to get better. And if you already know that it's over, why not get rid of him now? I get those arguments.
my big concern with him is you can't, have the offensive mind you're supposed to have, and then be literally unable to adjust your offense to both factors. One is seeing how their defense is playing throughout the game, and two is molding your playbook to another quarterback, or even having your backup quarterback succeed in your playbook. You cannot make a playbook for one quarterback. You know,
And that's fair.
of course, you want to
It
put your
just
starting quarterback in the best possible position. But then if he goes down, you can't just lose like 95% of your team like that, you know?
right. And I think that's an issue in the sense that it fits Tua so perfectly. But there are other people who it would fit. It's just you have to have someone who has the perfect timing and knows how to sit down whenever he hits the bottom of his break and
Yeah.
just throw to the read.
It's
And
not.
that's what Tua does good is
Yeah.
he is
Yeah.
on time, he's poised, and he's accurate.
Very
They're all
timely.
very capable things that you can do. They just don't
Mhm.
have that in their backups.
And you said exactly everything that I agree with. So I mean that more the reason why you have to bring in a capable backup in the offseason and get him comfortable. You know,
$100%.
you don't stay complacent with Skylar Thompson and then bring in Huntley like to try to fix your shit in
Yeah, I
season.
don't
You know,
understand the obsession with Tyler or with Skylar Thompson.
I don't either. He must have some crazy work ethic. Let me tell you.
Dude, he must have found the OnlyFans receipts from Mike McDaniel.
God, bro. Swear to God. Anyways, too much on the Dolphins. I'm definitely a little bit happier with how they played, but very bittersweet. Both because we lost and probably not gonna do much else in the season.
Right.
Mm-mm. Mhm. Mhm. I do. I mean, I don't bash the decision. I don't um think it's a bad decision. They just me, if I were the head coach, that's where I stand. Yeah, no, me
That's fair.
personally, I take the kick. Me personally,
I think that's entirely valid.
hmm.
Right. You have the See, yeah, and I'm with you on that in the sense of you have the opportunity to win the game. If you don't win the coin toss, you may not have that opportunity again. So I don't agree with. I think it's actually more of a gamble to not go for it on two, because you're presented with an opportunity to win, whereas you're not if you don't go for two. But to each their own.
I mean, I think those are all valid reasons. Again, I don't disagree with going for the decision. I just tend to lean more getting the points and trusting your team as well. I mean, of course, you got to factor in who you're playing against, but I
I mean,
would
is it
also like to
trusting your
trust my team.
team or is it playing not to lose?
I don't think it's playing not to lose. I think, I mean, like you said, you have the possibility of winning with a 2 point conversion, and you also have the possibility of losing right then and there if you don't get it. So, I mean, you're not necessarily playing to win.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're trusting your team, wouldn't you trust them to execute on the 2 point conversion?
Um, yes and no, because then I can also give you the argument of knowing who I'm playing against. It's a very tough Chiefs defense in the red zone. I have one play and one play only.
You
Um,
can say that, but that Chiefs defense was belittled by the Bucks in that game.
sure. I mean, in that game, but
Right, but that's
still,
the game you're playing. Right,
um,
but I mean, the whole thing is you don't want to risk them getting the coin toss.
the biggest argument for me is what I said earlier before we started recording in regards to OT is if I go for two, I have one play and one play only. If I do the kick, I have multiple plays that I
Yeah, and
can
that's
build on.
called playing not to lose.
I mean, again, not necessarily. If I'm on defense, I have multiple attempts and multiple tries to stop their offense. If I'm attacking, of course, I have to go and drive down the field. But then again, I just did it. Why couldn't I do it again?
I guess that's fair. Like we said, disagreements on logic.
But then again, if for instance, if the Dolphins were in that situation and they go for two, I mean, I don't disagree with it. I don't blame them going for it. I personally, me, wouldn't go for it, but I can't be mad at the decision. Even if they fail it, in hindsight, it's easy to be mad at the decision because you failed it, but
Right.
multiple factors that go into it.
Yeah. Hindsight can change anything. I mean, hindsight, the Royals should have sent Alex Gordon in the 2014 World Series. But I mean, if we're being honest and looking at it logistically, stopping him was
Yeah.
the right move. But anyways,
It was.
another disagreement.
Well, it was a good mix of ideas, I thought,
Yeah,
in finding. And I was just about to say this. The most important thing is finding common ground. Yes. Yes. Hmm. And
mm,
Anthony and I both think that they should just make it a full. We said what, 15 or 10 minute quarter and just play it out.
I agree.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah, yeah. Mhm.
Right. I like that. Like, if one team gets a touchdown and then the other team goes down and gets a touchdown and then gets a 2-point conversion in overtime, they should win the game. But there needs to be a change. It just hasn't been hashed out yet. I agree.
Yeah, them changing the playoff format is basically them admitting that there's something wrong with the overtime rules.
But they're just too fucking lazy to do anything about it.
Well, I think in the next 3 years, we're probably gonna see some changes. I would like to think so.
We can hope.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
alrighty.
speaking on the rest of the week 9, I mean, Cardinals beat the dog shit out of the Bears, and the Panthers that I picked beat the Saints.
Fuck you. You only picked them because of an argument.
Yeah, and it worked out.
You know what? You know what? I'm okay with losing my Eliminator League just because it means the Saints finally
Oh, yeah, I
fired Dennis Allen.
forgot. You picked the Saints. I forgot that. And I
With Dennis Allen being fired,
ecstatic,
uh,
ecstatic.
job's not done. Get Mickey Loomis out of there too.
But
Clint
I will say
Kubiak
this.
gone. Don't
I will say
care.
this,
They're all
Jacob,
gone.
and don't take it the wrong way, okay? But
Okay.
if there is a team that should have lost to the Panthers, the Saints, bro. What Cam Jordan said was lame as it can get, bro.
I think you're overreacting.
Dude, you can't go on Twitter saying that shit, bro. You really can't. Did you
Dude
see what he
said they
said, Anthony?
underperformed. Dude said he lost that he's disappointed that their team lost to the worst team in football at the current moment. I don't see what's wrong with that said.
I mean, I
Like,
mean,
he's not wrong. He's just telling it how it is.
it's one thing having a reporter or a fan calling a team the worst team in football, but you being a professional player, you should understand that any team can beat any team any given Sunday.
Yeah, and that's why it's disappointing that the worst team beat them.
And then the professional players go in and says, "Oh, I'm sorry, fans, we lost to the Panthers."
Well, yeah, dude's had a not Hall of Fame career, but just under, and he has nothing to show for it wins wise, like championship wise. I'd be pissed too.
I I don't take that away from him. I just think there's a difference in doing that in public, you know.
Yeah, difference of mindset. I'm more blunt. I don't really give a shit. You can say whatever you want. Yeah, that freedom of speech.
I guess. Probably took too long. Well, I know
Um,
you want
it's
Ben Johnson probably.
yeah, I do want Ben Johnson. Well, he's he meant who's fired.
Oh, the next one to be fired.
Mike McCarthy.
I would probably either McCarty or Doug Peterson, I would think.
Although I
I
don't
don't
think
think so.
it'll
I
be
think I think
McCarthy
he finishes
actually,
I think he
because
finishes the season.
I don't think Jerry Jones would fire a guy mid-season. So
I Yeah, my $60 million quarterback didn't play. Duh, of course I didn't go to the playoffs.
um if we're talking about like hottest seat, it has to be.
I think Doug B.
I don't think so. I don't think Doug Peterson's the first to get fired. Yeah, I think it's just gonna be an end season fire.
And
Um,
then season, you think? Okay.
trying to look.
Eberflus?
Jared Mayo deserves it the most. Let's be honest. Um, I don't know. I don't think Canales' seat is hot yet. I would say the one that should be fired next is either Peterson or McCarthy.
I probably agree, and I don't think it runs away from that too much.
They might fire Stefanski mid-season. I don't know. I don't think he should be fired at all. It's not his fault that team sucks. But yeah, he's all. We have the head coach underperforming, boys.
I'll be right back, guys. 1 second.
Okay. Yeah, the Steelers. Yeah, the Steelers really got fucked over. It's stupid because you'll have because we had a week last week. There was no bye week, or not last week, but a week or two ago. There was like literally nobody on bye. Why? Why? So stupid. You have nobody. Yeah, you have nobody on bye on week 8, but you have 4 teams on bye at week 5. What the fuck, dude? It's not. It's intentional. It has to be intentional. And then, well, -4 because you also don't know your 17th game because that one's just fucking random for some reason. No, there's because you have the 3 other divisions and then you have your 17th game, so that's 4. Yeah, you're right. Bunch of bullshit. No, not particularly. I watched quite a bit of football because I was just bored. It was a good week. I enjoyed it. Valid. Yeah, so going into these pick'ems, rapid fire real quick. I agree with Chiefs, I agree with Bills, agree with Chargers, agree with Bears, agree with Washington, agree with Vikings, I agree with the Cardinals, agree with Lions. I disagree. I'm picking the Rams, and then I agree with Giants. Agree with or disagree with Saints. I'm picking the Oh no, I'm Saints fan. Sorry, I'm picking the Saints. And then I do agree with Niners. I also agree with Eagles. So the only one we disagree with is I got Rams, and that's only because they're at home. I think Waddle should have a good game. Yeah, it'll be a fun Monday night game. I agree. Especially sorry. Yeah, absolutely. The fact that the Dolphins have the same amount of wins as the Jets just doesn't sound right to me. Oh, well, that's if they win this week and the Jets lose. Okay. Right. Dude, if the fucking Saints fire Dennis Allen and then immediately end their 7-game losing streak to a division rival that's doing good this year, what does that say about Dennis Allen? Yeah. I mean, the last one never should have even been close. The Saints should have won that game clearly. A lot of shit had to happen to keep the Falcons around, and then the Falcons just finished. So it is what it is. I think that'll be the game of the week. I think Jonathan Brooks should have a good game in his debut as a rookie. Good contract for both sides. Yep. Love to see him get paid. Yeah. I think they moved the yeah. That's a good game too. If if Stroud shows up. Nico Collins being back would be huge. Yeah. Especially when you have, like, a good running back, you still have it's not like your receiving core is terrible without them, it's just not great. I don't know. You would think Tank Dell would be able to step up whenever he's the only guy out there, but Apparently not. Yeah, it's not good. Hopefully he figures it out, but don't need to waste more time on it. I do. Not like schedule wise, but I do have Super Bowl matchup. Who do you have the Chiefs losing to?
Hello.
Based as fuck. They're gonna
Ooh, it's
lose to the
cold.
Panthers off the bye.
It's cold.
Chiefs could lose out, honestly. They've already exhausted their bye week. They're gonna get tired, bro.
Mhm.
Wait, god damn it. Scroll down. Show me your draft order. The Saints are too low. No! It's only 7. We're cooked if we get the 7th overall pick. Actually, as long as we pick behind the Raiders, I'm happy because the Raiders are taking Shadur Sanders, baby.
Can you show me the Dolphins picks you got? Just out of curiosity. Uh-huh. 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 Yeah. Alright. So, first off, that fucking Bills or Arizona game, we had to win at least one of them. I mean, it was unbelievable. But that's not what I'm here for. But anyways, winning against so you're saying we win 3 games in a row. I can see that happening. Against the Rams, the Raiders, bad pictures, okay. Losing to Green Bay and Green Bay, winning against the Jets here, losing to Texans there, losing to San Fran here, beating the Browns. I mean, yeah, that looks pretty normal, I would think. Yeah. So, what scenario would take the Dolphins into the playoffs? Would we have to? We could only basically only drop 2 games, right? Uh. Mhm. Uh-huh. Okay. So basically, to have a dream of going to the playoffs, we can only drop 2 games. Okay. I probably agree with you. I think 2 is the very limit. Anyways, Seeing Tampa being out of the playoffs is kinda weird, like, the way the season was
Yeah, but they
yeah.
have a losing record already right now. They're, like, down 2 games from
No, I know,
500.
and now missing so many pieces, I know, but, it looked like they were really a lock in the beginning of the year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they've had a hard schedule.
Wow. Mhm.
Give Carolina more wins so we jump them in the draft. They're gonna win out, actually.
Goated.
Well, that's kinda gay because we no, sorry, not gay, that's kinda cringe because we have the same fucking Super Bowl matchup. We both have Bills Lions. Bills are 0-5 in the Super Bowl, and their 5th loss is to a team that hasn't played in the Super Bowl. Good lord. I had the Bills winning my matchup, though, so there's that, at least they have hope.
Listen, um, you guys know my hatred for the Buffalo Bills. Okay. Seeing them play out a Super Bowl game would give me heart attacks. This fucking team cannot win a Super Bowl. Never, never, no, never, 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 never.
Dude, Brophy is such a D1 hater.
Let me tell you guys something. I could not care less for Buffalo and Buffalo Bills fans. I can't make that clear. There's a lot of personal hate because of the recent record. I'm not gonna deny that, you know. But it would be truly a dream come true if the Dolphins somehow win another Super Bowl before you guys do. It would be phenomenal. Imagine,
Man, I'm cheering for the Bills. I hope they do good.
yeah, you're part of the problem.
That's crazy talk.
You know,
Calling me part of the problem because
I
I
hope the
want the
Panthers
best
win a Super
fan
Bowl.
base in football to win a fucking Super Bowl, and that's the Buffalo Bills, baby.
No, that'll be the Raiders. Sorry.
The Raiders fans? What are
Mhm.
you smoking, brother? What are you smoking?
Listen, probably Seattle. I I will say any fan base. I will say the fucking Panthers fan base before I say the Bills fan base are the best fan base in football. You guys will not hear me say that. I mean, that's all they have over there. They have literally nothing else. Like I don't care about the
Do they have
God, no.
pretzels? If they have pretzels, I'm in. Can I dip my
Like
cheese covered
it
pretzels in
sounds
cheese?
it sounds super dope to live in a city that basically has football as its religion, but then I think about it like that city has literally nothing else to do. But then again, it has nothing else, right? Like has nothing else.
Owned and operated by the people of Green Bay.
It might be. Do you guys think that Green Bay is like this world's equivalent of the Truman Show? Like I don't think it's a real place.
I don't see it at all, man.
What? Okay, so what place would be this world's Truman Show? Like you just look at that place and you just think that place has to be an industry plant. There's no shot this is a real place. Which place? Well, I
Dude,
mean, literally,
yes.
literally. Speaking of Nuketown, Black Ops 6 is actually like good.
It's decent. It's really good mechanically for zombies, but the problem is there's no storyline, there's no character to it. Like it's just a lot less interesting. Um so there's obviously the issues of that, but there's also the fact of the matter is we're just not I'm just not like 15, 16 playing these games anymore, so I'm just not enjoying them as much as I used to, and I don't think I ever will.
Uh-huh. You see, I can't comment on that. I can't comment on that because I've been only playing Nuketown 24/7, so I can't comment on it.
I Yeah, it's just not something that interests me anymore. I'm past the Call of Duty phase of my life, to be honest.
Um, I unfortunately have to tell you guys this. I am kind of like gonna sound like an old head saying this, but I've gotten to the stage in my life where when I do play video games, it's my will to play multiplayer games is nowhere near the same as it used to be. I'm much more interested in single player games now. Um, i.e., anything by Elder Scrolls or Baldur's Gate, Subnautica. That's where I'm sitting at. Hogwarts Legacy and anything by From Software is kind of where my vibe is right now with games.
Well,
Yeah, that's I completely agree with that, yeah.
right.
Yep, yep.
I
That's
mean, that's
mm.
fair to an extent. I, uh, I just get bored on Minecraft when I'm on my own. I feel like I need the companion to play with, but
Okay. Uh-huh.
I also have Josh
Lamar.
Allen with honorable mentions to Lamar and Joe Burrow.
I have Lamar for mine. Joe Burrow and Josh Allen. Not in that order, probably Josh Allen and Joe Burrow, but yeah. Mhm, mhm.
Right, and the whole interception is just completely dying down is so impressive for him because it's a total 180 from what he's done all his career. But,
I agree. Um, Jaden Daniels is an interesting pick. Um,
um, see,
uh,
I think it's weird to give it to Jaden Daniels when we also have Lamar. So I don't know, but you can't run for both, right? Or like you can't be involved in
I don't
both, can
think
you?
so, I don't think so.
Um, yeah, I think it has to be Derrick Henry.
I
I
think
think it
so.
has to be Derrick
I think so
Henry.
too. It looked like Nico could have, had a shot at it, and injury was
Pre-injury,
brutal.
Nico was
Yeah,
goaded.
yeah, injury was brutal.
Yeah. I mean, Jamar Chase just like inserted himself into the race, but he has to continue to perform at that level.
Uh, mm, no, I agree. I agree, it's for the winner.
Yeah, I was gonna say the only real that's the big three because those three guys are in a whole separate tier from on defense from everybody else. If there was a debate between TJ Watt and Miles Garrett, it's gone. Um, so yeah, I think it's very clearly either Fred Warner or TJ Watt with an honorable mention going to Chris Jones.
I completely agree.
It's because linebacker is disrespected.
Mm, yep.
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels. I
Honorable
would probably
mention Malik
flip
Neighbors
those.
for me.
I'd probably put, yeah, Malik, probably an honorable mention, but the injury was also a factor. I think Brian Thomas second and Daniels first. But yes, Brock Brock looks like a dog.
Brock Bowers is having a quiet, like, just underneath Sam Laporta year.
Not just season, but also draft, right? I mean, I thought he was a hell of a prospect.
It's also it's also stupid because they're very much featuring Brock Bowers, and they didn't do shit with Michael Mayer last year, and that is so infuriating. Because you had a guy not on that caliber, but just
No,
underneath,
here's a
and you
guy.
did fucking nothing with him, and now you're finally using the tight end. Like fuck you, Raiders.
No, here's a guy.
Yeah, yeah. You know what my least favorite Raider? Derek Carr. Fuck that guy.
uh, mhm. Um, Thoughts on Latu? That's fair enough.
He's having a good rookie campaign, not special. Jared Verse
Right.
was immediate impact week one, has been since. Um, Looks like he's going to be a standout player for that Rams D line for the future and
Yeah.
part and as the present. So they needed it. And then Andy Reid.
I would go with
I
the
mean, if
Kevin O'Connell. And Dan Quinn's also good.
that's very fair.
I
I
think
just
those
think
I think
that
those are the 3 best candidates for what the award is for, like you said.
I mean, if the Chiefs go 15-2, I think it's hard not to give it to them though.
It's a good argument as well. Yeah. What is more surprising?
Bill
Have
Belichick.
I mean, the Vikings were looked at as being a top 5 pick in next year's draft by a lot of people, myself included. And did I mean, in your prediction, you have them winning 11 wins. Let's say they win 12, right? The Minnesota Vikings. I think that's more impressive than winning 15 games with the Chiefs, me personally. So, yeah, 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 100%. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. But there's a lot of seasons be played out. Dan Quinn could win by a landslide. Atlanta keeps getting better. So, we'll see.
Do they keep getting better? Does Atlanta
Uh,
keep getting better?
I mean,
I think Atlanta looks pretty
for
good.
your downfall, I hope so. How about that?
True.
I mean, it wasn't my intention, but it is funny. It is
Hey,
funny.
the funny thing is, I want my team to fail. I need a good draft pick, so fuck the Saints, but I'm gonna pick them every week.
Yeah, I added, Anthony, I added Jacob on this thing, like, lamenting the fact Lattimore got traded, and it was like, "Yeah, good." Like, fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, to all Saints fans out there, fuck yeah, glad we got rid of that bum.
God. By the way, Anthony, earlier in the season, I told Jacob Ramsey was playing like a top 3, top 5 corner in the league. I was like, "Yeah, Lattimore's top 1, by the way."
Yeah, he was when he played for the Saints.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Oh, for sure.
I'm sorry, sorry, forgot. I mentioned Atlanta earlier, and I was gonna mention, Raheem for coach of the year. What do you guys, what you guys think that's plausible?
No,
Because I mentioned Atlanta, but I completely forgot to mention Raheem's name.
no. I'm not impressed with him as a coach.
Alright, cool,
Yeah,
cool.
and that's why I question it because I just don't agree with him being a coach of the year candidate at this point in time.
But, yeah, with Washington, you definitely have a point with, Dan Quinn. Anyways. Okay, but then it was, like, 2 years ago, like, that I don't think it would be eligible. Okay, but I mean, if we keep going on like that, then, I mean, 10 years from now, if he's still playing, like, he's still gonna
Dude,
be
the
comeback player of
Damar
the year.
Hamlin comeback in 10 years is gonna be crazy.
I mean, like, come on, like, it makes no sense. First off, he should have won the last year over Flacco anyway. And there was a lot of we already had this conversation, but I'll just say it again quickly. A lot of candidates were more deserving than Flacco last year. Hamlin being one of them.
Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield, Tua, I think all of those guys were very, very deserving of winning comeback player of the year. And then Flacco wins it just because he came off his couch and played like what 2, 3 games well.
Dude, he quite
Come
literally
on, though.
came back.
Like same thing with Gino. Same thing with Gino. I swear to God. I swear to God. Mhm. Yeah, and for this year, it's very clearly either A-Rod or Cousins, and probably A-Rod is my pick.
And that's why
Not
they need a league most improved award like the NBA has.
which by I completely agree with that, by the way. But which it wouldn't even apply to Joe Flacco because Joe Flacco was fucking 40, you know.
I meant in the case of Gino. In the case of Gino.
No, yeah, in the case of Jimmy, yes, 100%, 1000%. Sam Darnold would get the award this year. Yep. Liam Eichenberg would get it next year, right, guys? Right, guys?
No. You can pray.
I will say this. I will say this. Austin Jackson that would have had a shot at winning it sometime. Maybe in the last 2 years. Austin Jackson was a fucking bum when I tell you. He was not good. Not good. But I mean, tackle's probably not gonna get that anyway. Would he what like he can't even apply, right? Like he played last year. Like yeah, same thing for Pierce. So and he came back before CMC, which is kind of nuts. Oh yeah, oh yeah. It's been too long already. Informative. Ooh, lovely. I will continue to attempt to spread misinformation though. I don't know
I
what's
will
wrong.
continue to hate on the Dolphins.
Yeah, fuck the Saints. Fuck the Saints. Alright.